Man, you won't even believe the damage one beer would do. Look at a dent in my can. I spilled my beer. If you ever get a tattoo, don't get it by an Irishman. No, that's not true. Irishmen are the best for getting tattoos. Okay. 1, 2. There we go. Tonight, I'm going to have to clean that. There we go. Okay. Let's get a hold of ourselves. We just went through a whole bunch. What pisses me off is the fact that I just delete it. Oh well. See, the problem is now. Am I looking here? The problem is now that I spilled my fucking beer. Well, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Wish my buddy was on here. Sean. Goes on. He gave me the soundtrack. I got this badass telescope. And I don't know why, for the love of me, why I don't sit out there at night. There used to be a guy when I was growing up, came on Channel 44. And he used to start each show by saying, "Greetings, greetings, fellow stargazers." How did that happen? What happened there? My seat just went down. And the control is right here. My shit's falling apart, yo. Remember, I love this song. Tiny Dancer. I wish there was another place I could put this. Let me see. Let me see what you're doing. Oh, man. If you only knew all of the contraptions I have. I got shit all over the place. Let's see. Let's try this. I know. I feel like my nose is bleeding. Oh, you know what? Bam. Suck it to you. Oh, I look like a tweakhead joker. I wish I could see. Wish I could see anything. If I can see anything. Wish I could see. You ever notice that when you're getting a tattoo by a tattoo artist, all they do is get up, get down, get up, get down. Instead of finishing the fucking tattoo, they gotta get up and dance. I don't know why I cuss so much. I try to think of it like it's a form of dialect. It's like an exclamation point. It's like a question mark. It tells you what you're thinking, how you're saying it, what you're trying to say. But what am I trying to say by just saying fuck? Oh, see, this stencil lit up. So if I were to wipe this right now, there'd be zero stencil. Oh, see, this stencil lit up. Look at. So if I were to wipe this right now. So this stuff here, I'm not going to be able to see. I'm just going to have to wing it. That's why I'm not wiping. I could use the bug pin, the true bug pin, the 8. Or I even have a 6 liner. The 6 liner I have is a. I don't know how to do this. 6 and 3. Yeah, take my word for it. Well, without the music playing, I like some type of conversation going on. If not by the artist, I mean by the people. By the people, I mean you. You know, you. Just figure it out. I'm gonna have feedback from that. This sucks. I have no music. Um, okay, so I feel like it's beating a dead horse with speed, voltage. I think it's repetitive. I think so many people tell you what to use when you can't. It's like driving a car. I could tell you the basics of how to drive a car, put the fucking key in. Well, now it's not even a fucking key, it's a key fob. Put the fucking key fob over there and push that button, put it in P. But how are you going to teach somebody how to drive via the internet, via the World Wide Web? It's the same thing. It's the same principle. How are you going to teach somebody to tattoo? You could show them the basics, but unless you're sitting right here next to me and I see what you're fucking up, then I can make the necessary corrections. But without that, I can't do anything. I could show you all day long how to do this, that, and the other. Now, if you're not following me to the T, then how am I going to know that you're succeeding? Does that make sense? And I think that's what my problem was with following too many people, is that I was following too many different ideas. Now, once you just transfix on one thing, one person, here's it perfect. You go and you take a history class, you go and take anything, anthropology, fuck, I don't know. Are you going to take the same class year after year after year for the knowledge? I mean, if you're really interested in that class, you would want to take it repetitively. Like for me, I took a criminal justice class. I took it 3 times. It's not because I liked it. Well, it's because I kept failing. Never mind. That's probably a bad comparison. Bad. I had and this is a true story. I had a history teacher tell me once, no, an English teacher tell me once that I had impeccable grammar, but that my approach on, what did she say? but my approach to deliver the message is off. What the fuck does that mean? I said, it's because I'm too candid. Okay. Taper in, taper out. The good thing about with these smaller needles too is actually, I mean, with any basic size, depending on the way that you move it off of the skin, because if you're using seven needles, 7 round liner, now the way that you go into this 9 round liner is you're going to go in like this. Well, you're going to taper in, taper out, correct? So once you do that, then you have 9 needles dragging along the surface. If you want it to appear like in portraits and stuff, when you want a light, instead of stopping your 9 round liner right here and then grabbing a 7 round liner, just with your approach, just angle your hand, the angle of your dangle, if you will. It's all about the angle of your dangle. Now, the one person I follow, I shouldn't say the one person. I have 2 people that I follow religiously. And I have another guy that's coming up that I've been following for quite some time, but he came out with a flash book recently, man. I'm all about showing support to a fellow Pennsylvanian boy. Me growing up in the sticks. I can't wait to get his book. I'm actually going to do a video on it, so if you want, make sure you subscribe and wait for that. That's going to be a funny one. I'm so afraid of wiping that. I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to lose everything. The good thing about having excess ink in your chamber for instances like that, when you're using heavy gauges, is you could actually drag that ink along. It's in itself a reservoir, an extra tank, a reserve. So if you're ever tattooing and you see an excess of ink and you're like, fuck, I gotta clean that shit up. Well, if you're proceeding in the same direction, if you can make out the line, that is. I mean, don't be going into a blob. Use that ink as just that, as a reserve, so you don't have to stop and reload. See, I tapered in, tapered out. going to do the same thing. I'm going to taper in. And taper out. Okay, this is going to be the hard part. That and here. Because I can't really make out. I know what a flag looks like. I mean, just imagine a flag on the shoulder. Okay, now you got the flag on the shoulder. Now imagine a Nassau helmet going around. Okay, that's good. Now imagine it on a spaceship. Are you catching on? You just gotta wing it, baby. Nobody expects to look at my tattoo and count 50 fucking stars and stripes. Well, it would be 50 stripes. But don't make it one fucking star so it looks like China. I swear to God, these have holes in them. It's smearing up so badly. Let me see. Yeah, fuck it, it's too late. Okay. For the most part, it stayed on. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Jesus Christ. I didn't know I was that good. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was that good. Believe me. You don't need a microscope to see the fuck ups on my stuff. My tattoos are the ninth wonders of the world. You can see that shit from the space. That's the giantest fuck up. Okay, so all I'm doing is just aligning. All I'm going to do is aligning because I'm going to go back in with another reference for the shading. Here's where you really have to look at your reference. Okay, with lining, because you're, okay, if you're dragging a line, you want to make sure that your machine is going straight. You want to make sure that it's going straight. You don't want to have it at an angle. If you're doing a straight line back, you want to make sure it's straight. This is the way that you want to hold your machine, similar to this. These two fingers down here, typically when you're writing with a pencil, you're like this, right? Well, it's the same. It's the same thing, almost. This is how you're going to do for lining. And then you're going to use these two fingers to hold your distance. This one here is going to control your machine, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So, let me show you. Now, there are several ways you could hold the machine. You could hold it like the pen if you're going in for tight ones, these tight lines. Okay? If you're going in for something circular that you have some space, you're going to have your three fingers below your pen. The only two fingers that are going to come in are going to be these two. Obviously, this one's holding your machine, so these two are going to move. So you're just going to make your cylindrical or whatever and guide with this for your fake skin. If you have your real skin, you're going to stretch. So let's pretend this is the real skin. Let's stretch it. And let's just do the circle. Okay. You could use the same premise with everything. Now, obviously, different strokes, different folks. You could come in. Now, I'm pushing my line. Okay. Now I'm kind of pulling the line this way, using this finger as a guide. So I'm guiding this finger, I'm telling this finger what to do, where to go. And that's all within this hand. You could still do the stretching because your stretching is still 3 points. You have your palm, which is stretching this way. You have your finger and you have your thumb, right? Well, even if you're not using this one, you could still use it semi, but it's better to, I think it's better to use it as a guide. Okay, so again, hold your machine upright. Okay, use this finger here, your thumb, to guide your finger. Let's try it again. I feel like Bob Ross. The only thing I'm missing is hair. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do this one. And my volts are at 9.5. I'm running standard 3 round liner. and nothing coming through. I mean, this is thick skin too, so. Now, put your comments below on how you like to guide your machine as well. It's cool to hear everybody's different ways to do it. There's no one particular way that is better. This is just what works for me. My wife and I, and the only reason I bring the name up is because my wife and I were watching her for a little. Never really watched her, Kat Von D. I don't care for her, but that's just me. Uh, who knows if she's going to use this when she's doing her tattoos? Probably not. But I guess if she's, whatever the fuck she's doing, I should probably follow suit. Because I'm not a pretty girl that knows how to tattoo. Let me see. I'd love to put music on or something. Let's say it again. You guys following two birds? Fucking bald eagles? You guys following this story? My wife brought it to my attention. Actually, I was looking at it, and I don't know why. I told my daughter about it, and then my wife showed me a video about it. God dang. I don't know what their names are. What are their names? Barbara? Barbara and Jeff? Is that their name? Barbara and Peter? Barbara and Jacob? Barbara. And why can't it be a Keyshawn? Why does it have to be freaking Peter? A good Irish name. Like Aiden. Oh, dang. Watch this. Can you hear me? Nope. Today was what's it called? Daylight savings. Today was daylight savings. Pretty cool. I don't know why we need it. In the military, we ran everything off Zulu time. Zulu time is international time. I don't know why we. I call my mom at 3 and I have to make sure that she's fucking awake, and then I gotta figure out where the fuck I live. Then I gotta figure out the difference. Then I gotta call her. Then she's gonna tell me, Billy, it's 9 o'clock at night. What are you doing? Ah, Jesus. You get to see the way I'm guiding with my thumb? All I did was push it with my thumb, and there's only 3 needles in there. So me angling it is not going to make a lick of difference. Now, if it were a 9 round liner and you're angling it, then you're only going to hit about 5 of the needles because the other 4 or so are going to be poking above the surface or not making much of an indent, so that within a week or two it'll be disappearing, if that makes sense. I'm spitting some wisdom right now. If you guys got your fucking hats on, you better hold on tight. You're gonna be regular fucking Da Vinci's at the end of this. Really, I don't like to toot my own horn, but you know. Okay. Let's go right here. Try to pick up. Okay, so this cable here goes to this thing on the jigger. You gotta make this thing look G. You know, somebody looking at this thing as NASA, thinking of Nassau, Florida. That works for NASA saying that shit ain't right. Hmm. Can you even see this? I hope so. I'd hate for all this wonderfulness. Babe. God. Thank you. Oh, shake that motherfucker off. Okay. Another thing. When you're tapering in and out, oh, make sure you do it. Make sure you fucking taper in and out. You're gonna see my thoughts and beliefs are gonna change quite abruptly. You stay right here. I'm gonna have you look at this. Look at this fine piece of art. I'll be right back. Ooh. No, no, because you were sleeping. Yeah, I'm still on there. I was finishing that thing. You ready? This is the only time I can really do it because during the day when we're texting, then I can't do live because I have two cameras set up. This is perfect. You're here. You come show over here. Come on, you could shoot the shit over here. Okay. Let's see what's doing. Boy, I wish I could see the design. It's so much better when you can see the template. Stars are relatively easy. All they are scoops. Bam, scoop, bam, scoop, bam. Stupid. Okay. I'm constantly looking at my reference because as long as you hit your reference, man, everything else is going to be on. Look at that steady ass line. You believe that? It's sick. It's sick, I tell you. There's no way somebody should be able to tattoo this great and not be in some type of university. You know? I'm obviously I gotta cut. I gotta stop touching. Fucking around. Man, I wish I had some music on. I hear a whole bunch of music, but it's inside my head. Okay. That's going to be it for the most part. Now the next thing is going to be the shading. Babe, you should probably come over here. Do you know why? Babe? Because shit's going down. No? I don't feel she's 110% behind me. Okay, let's see. Now I'm just, yeah, I am a OCD. It's not even OCD. It's knowing that you don't want the person walking away with a fucked up tattoo. I mean, that's not OCD. Just gotta count your shit. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this okay, again, I'm using this here. Now what I'm going to do is change my this because I already have the whole stencil done. Where did it go? Okay, let's see. This one just did. I think it's toward the end. Okay, if you see it, if you see your card, tell me when. I don't know why. If you see your card. No. Yeah. I hope I have this. There it is. But I need the actual one. I need some type of system. Okay, well, let me, because there's no possible way I'm gonna find out with all this shit. So what I will do is I will find that stuff. I will get the stencil ready. Because chances are I'm going to have to take it off of my iPad anyway. So once I find all that stuff, then I will log back on and we will finish this here. All right, like bingo.